Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my online class. I am Nazmur Sheth, lecturer in physics under the Department of Physics in Boishal Cadet College. Due to corona pandemic, we continue our class in online. And I believe that inshallah you safe and sound in your home, and we meet again very soon. Firstly, we say something about corona pandemic because we are passing for the second session of corona pandemic, and we are really afraid for passing of these sessions because we are also passing the winter session. So my advice, kids, you must be stay in your home for safe and sound. Don't touch your face, that means nose and mouth, without washing your hands. That's why you must be wash your hands frequently and must be explained 20 seconds, and avoid close contact of flu-like syndrome persons. Today we also will discuss, that is chapter number 5, that is the name of the chapter is electromagnetic induction and alternative current, and obviously this is the third class, and by the end of today's class you must be able to number one, explain mean value of alternative EMF and current. Number two, explain root mean square value of alternative EMF and current, and lastly explain effective value of alternative current. So no more delay, we firstly discuss about the value of alternative EMF and current for full circle. Firstly, the mean EMF for a full circle. We know that the time period of full circle is capital T. When the current equation is uh, integrated, we get the whole current or EMF, and if we divided this the main equation with respect to time t, then we get the EMF values. So EMF equation E is equal to 1 by t, 0 to t, e to the e into dt, and where t is the time period, we know that, and we know that the basic equation of EMF E is equal to E naught sine of omega t. Now we put the main equation, E bar is equal to 1 by t, 0 to t, E naught sine of omega t into dt. Now we integrated the main equation and find out the result. E bar is equal to minus E naught by omega t cos of omega t into 0 to t. Now we put the upper limit and lower limit in the main equation. Then we find out minus E naught by omega t cos of omega t minus cos 0, and we know that the angular frequency omega is equal to twice pi by t, then omega t is equal to twice pi. Now we convert cos of omega t into twice pi, then we get the main equation. E bar is equal to minus E naught by omega t cos of twice pi minus cos 0. Then we get that E bar is equal to minus E naught by omega t on minus 0, because we know that cos of twice pi is equal to 1. As usual, cos is equal to 1, and when 1 minus 1 is 0, then the mean EMF of a full circle is also be 0. And we know that the main current equation as equal or as usual as like E is equal to E naught sine of omega t, then the mean current flow of a full circle also be I bar is equal to 0. So boys, you must be careful about the alternative EMF and current for a full circle. Now I discuss root mean square value of alternative EMF and current. Firstly, we discuss about mean value of alternative EMF and current. Then we square the mean values. Then finally we go to the root process. Then we achieve root mean square value. So no more delay. Firstly, we take for a square mean value. That means mean square value. E bar square is equal to 1 by t 0 to t a square into dt. And here we know that t is the time period, and E is equal to E naught sine of omega t, and we put the main equation. E bar square is equal to 1 by t, 0 to t is E naught square sine square omega t into dt. And now we get that E bar square is equal to E naught square by t, 0 to t sine square omega t into dt, and we convert the main equations because we have no integration equation of sine square omega t into dt. Then E naught square by twice t, 0 to t 1 minus cos of 2 omega t into dt, and we finally integrated a formula using 2 E naught square by twice t is equal to t minus 1 by twice omega sine of omega t into dt also be not using of upper limit and lower limit. Now we use the upper limit and lower limit. We get that E bar a square is equal to E naught raised to square by twice t, capital T minus 0 minus 1 by twice omega sine of 2 omega t minus sine 0, where omega is equal to twice pi by t, or omega t is equal to twice pi. Now we put the equations and get that E bar a square is equal to E naught raised to square by 2t into t, then E naught raised to square by 2. That now we root these values and we get that E naught raised to square by 2, that E naught by 2 root 2, that is 0.07 into E square, and it is as usual the equation of current. That's why I RMS, that means we get that I RMS is equal to 0.707 into I naught. Now the value of alternative EMF and current for half circle, and it is the same process of as usual circling of full circle, and when the time period is half, then it is called half circle. So same equation, E is equal to 1 by T of 0 to T by 2 into E to dt, and here we put also E is equal to E naught sine of omega t, main equations. Then we got that the result of E bar is equal to minus 2 E naught by omega t cos of omega t, not use of upper limit and lower limit 0 to t by 2. Then we put the upper limit and lower limit minus 2 E naught by omega t cos of omega t by 2 minus cos 0. And finally we get that E bar is equal to minus 2 E naught by twice pi cos of twice pi by t, that is 2, and minus cos of 0, because we know that the omega angular frequency omega is equal to twice pi by t, or omega t is equal to twice pi. Then we get that the result E bar is equal to minus E naught by pi minus 1, because the value of cos pi is equal to minus 1 and cos 0 is equal to 1. So minus 1 and minus 1. So we know that 2 E naught by pi, that means the value of 2 by pi is equal to 0.637, and it is just like of the current flow. So the main equation, I bar is equal to 2 I naught by pi, that means 0.637 into I naught. And again for the root mean square values, and we these equations also be corrected. Again we sort out the formulas. Now I say something about again corona pandemic situation. You must be stay at your home, avoid touching your face and nose without wash your hands. That's why you wash your hands frequently. Avoid close contact with flu-like syndrome persons. Now and lastly, we discuss about effective value of alternative current. That means mean rate of produced heat for alternative current will be P bar is equal to 1 by T 0 to 2 I square R into dt, because you know that power P is equal to I square R into time T, and for the full circle we take 1 by T. If it is a mean, that's why we divided it 1 by T, and we know that I is equal to I naught sinus omega T, and P is equal to R by T, because R is a constant, and signed out integration of 0 to T I naught square sin square omega T into dt, and again we convert it 1 by T 0 to T I square sin square omega T into dt, that means I naught square by 2, and it is as like RMS values, because it is the same values. That's we take the result in root mean square values equation. So we can write here directly P bar is equal to I naught square by 2, that is means R square RMS. So the effective current we declared that IEFF. So P square is equal to I square EFF into R. That means main equations, that's I naught or IM square by 2 into R. That means root mean square values of current square into R. So effective current, that means main equations or initial current I naught or I m square by 2, that means RMS values of currents. So effective currents as like the currents of RMS values. Now we discuss a mathematical example. Voltage of an alternative source is 160 volt and frequency is 60 hertz. Find out the working voltage and working current and heat lost if 20 ohm resistance is added to the sources. Here the highest voltage EM is equal to 160 volt, resistance R is equal to 20 ohm, working voltage E is watt, working current I is watt, and heat loss to P is also be watt. Now we know that the equation EFF is equal to that E RMS, that 0.07 E into E naught. Then we put the result and got out 113.112 volt, that is 12 volt. Then working current, that is EIEFF, that's EFF by R. That's why that's we know that the from Ohm's equation V is equal to IR. That's why we can use it. 130 113 by into 12 volts by 20 ohm. Then we get the result 5.626 ampere, and heat loss P is equal to I square E effective and R. Then we use the equations 5.656 ampere square into 20 ohm. That's why we result 639.8 joule per second. Some knowledge based question of these chapters. Number one, what is difference between AC and DC current, and what are AC and DC current used? What are the disadvantages of DC current? What is the mean value of AC current? What is the average value and RMS value? And what is the use of RMS value? Some compression based question, how do you calculate RMS current? How do you find RMS current from peak current? Number C, how do you find the effective value of current? And number D, how do you calculate the mean current? Some MCQ question. Number one, find the average value of current when the current that are equivalent at 4 ampere, 5 ampere, and 6 ampere, and will also be get the result, and there should be answer is 5 ampere. What is the current? Finding the current in an equidistance resistance region and dividing by n, and that is called average current. And number three, what is the type of current obtained by finding the square of the currents and then finding their average and then finding the square roots, and the answer is RMS current. And homework that you must be practicing in your home. Step 1, an alternative current can be expressed as I is equal to 50 sine 550 pi t, and step 2, a hair dryer of power 1.5 watt connected to the main of 220 voltage. And number A, what is the Lenz's law? And number B, what happened when you bring a magnet loose or close to the coil? And number C, calculate the root mean square value of in the step 1. And number D, what will be the changing peak value of current in step 1 and step 2. Now the question answer sessions. If you have any questions and query, then ask me. After finishing today's lesson, I will reply you in dashboard. Finally, I also say about something again on a pandemic situation. You must be stay at home because we pass a very critical situation. So don't touch your nose and mouth without washing your hands, and must be avoid the close contact with flu-like syndrome persons. And with this hope, I Nazmul Sheikh conclude today's class. Thank you all.